FastMCP 3 implements tag-based authorization through middleware integration, enabling conditional scope enforcement on components marked with specific metadata tags. This declarative access control pattern allows server-wide restrictions to be applied selectively based on component annotations rather than requiring explicit auth parameters on each endpoint. The upcoming code demonstrates how to configure a FastMCP server with AuthMiddleware that enforces admin scope requirements only on components tagged with admin, while leaving untagged components accessible without scope verification. This setup showcases the framework's ability to combine middleware-level enforcement with component-level tagging for flexible authorization policies.
From FastMCP, import FastMCP. From FastMCP server auth, import restrict tag. From FastMCP server middleware, import AuthMiddleware. MCP equals FastMCP. Tagged server. Middleware equals. AuthMiddleware auth equals restrict tag admin. Scopes equals admin. At MCP, tool tags equals admin. Def admin tool SDR. Tagged admin, so requires admin scope. Return admin only. At MCP, tool tags equals public. Def public tool SDR. Not tagged admin, so no scope required by the restriction. Return anyone can access.
This code demonstrates tag-based authorization in FastMCP 3 using AuthMiddleware with restrict tag to conditionally enforce scope requirements. The pattern creates a flexible access control system where components are protected based on their metadata rather than explicit configuration. The implementation shows two key mechanisms: middleware-level enforcement and component tagging. AuthMiddleware applies restrict tag admin, scopes equals admin globally, which checks if components have the admin tag and enforces the admin scope requirement only for those components. This is evident in how admin tool with tags equals admin requires authentication, while public tool with tags equals public remains accessible without restrictions. The middleware handles both visibility filtering and execution blocking, providing complete enforcement. This approach offers several advantages for production systems. It centralizes authorization logic while allowing fine-grained control through component metadata, reducing configuration duplication. The tag-based system enables dynamic access control where new components automatically inherit appropriate restrictions based on their tags. However, this pattern assumes consistent tagging conventions across the codebase, and developers must be disciplined about applying the correct tags to maintain security boundaries. The solution balances flexibility with enforcement, making it suitable for systems requiring both granular access control and maintainable authorization policies. Let's break it down.
From FastMCP, import FastMCP.
Imports the FastMCP class from the FastMCP module, making it available for use in the current scope.
From FastMCP server auth, import restrict tag.
Imports the restrict tag function from the FastMCP server authentication module, which provides tag-based authorization restrictions for components.
From FastMCP server middleware, import AuthMiddleware.
Imports the AuthMiddleware class from the FastMCP server middleware module, which provides server-wide authorization enforcement capabilities for FastMCP applications.
MCP equals FastMCP.
Creates an instance of FastMCP and assigns it to the variable MCP. This initializes the model context protocol implementation for providing standardized context to language models, though no configuration parameters are specified in this segment.
Tagged server.
This line defines a string literal tagged server, which appears to be a label or identifier for a server component in the FastMCP context. The exact purpose isn't visible from this single line, but it's likely used as a tag or name for server configuration or identification within the MCP framework.
AuthMiddleware auth equals restrict tag admin. Scopes equals admin.
Creates an AuthMiddleware instance configured with a tag-based restriction that requires the admin scope for any component tagged as admin. The middleware will enforce this authorization, check globally across all components, blocking access to admin-tagged components unless the request token includes the admin scope.
At MCP, tool tags equals admin. Def admin tool SDR. Tagged admin, so requires admin scope.
Defines a function admin tool decorated with @MCP tool and tagged with admin, which registers it as a tool in FastMCP that requires the admin scope for authorization. The function returns a string and includes a docstring indicating the scope requirement.
Return admin only.
Returns the string literal admin only as the output of the current function or method. This suggests the code is part of an authorization check that restricts access to administrative users, where non-admin users would receive this message indicating insufficient privileges.
At MCP, tool tags equals public. Def public tool SDR. Not tagged admin, so no scope required by the restriction.
Defines a public tool function named public tool that returns a string, decorated with @MCP tool and tagged as public in the metadata. The docstring indicates this tool doesn't require admin scope for access, suggesting it's available without special authorization. The decorator registers this function as an MCP tool with the specified tag, making it discoverable and executable within the FastMCP framework.
Return anyone can access.
Returns the string literal anyone can access as the output of the function. FastMCP3's tag-based authorization combines middleware-level enforcement with component metadata for flexible access control. The AuthMiddleware applies restrict tag globally, checking for the admin tag and enforcing scope requirements only on tagged components. This creates a system where admin tool requires authentication while public tool remains accessible, all through declarative tagging rather than explicit endpoint configuration. The pattern centralizes authorization logic while maintaining granular control, though it relies on consistent tagging conventions to preserve security boundaries. By separating enforcement from component definition, this approach balances maintainability with fine-grained access control, making it particularly effective for systems needing both scalability and security.
The admin tag demands scopes from its own tools, yet lets public ones slip through unchecked.